Imagine this. You're standing in a dealership, staring at a Toyota Tacoma, a Chevy Colorado, and then right beside them, the Ford Ranger. Three trucks, all promising capability, toughness, and adventure. But here's the question: if you want the perfect balance of everyday comfort, serious muscle, and cutting-edge tech, which one do you drive home? Well, Ford thinks it has the answer with the 2026 Ranger. And after digging deep into every detail, I think they might be onto something big. Stay tuned, because in the next 8 to 10 minutes, we're breaking down exactly why the Ranger might just be the midsize truck you've been waiting for. We'll cover everything: design, performance, tech, safety, price, and even how it stacks up against its biggest rivals. And trust me, you'll want to hear the verdict at the end, because this truck's story isn't what you think. Let's start with the looks, because trucks aren't just about hauling and towing anymore. They're about making a statement. The 2026 Ford Ranger carries over the redesign introduced in 2024. And honestly, that was a game changer. Ford didn't just tweak the headlights or slap on a new grille. They reimagined the Ranger to look like a scaled-down F-150, and that's a good thing. Up front, the bold C-clamp LED headlights make it instantly recognizable, and the grille has that wide, confident stance that screams "Built Ford Tough." The body lines are sharper, the proportions are tighter, and the whole truck feels more muscular compared to its somewhat anonymous predecessor. Walk around to the side, and you'll notice flared wheel arches that give it a planted stance. Standard models ride on 17-inch wheels, but step up to higher trims and you're looking at 20-inch options that fill the arches beautifully. And if you're an adventure type, the Raptor with its all-terrain tires and wider track looks downright menacing. The rear isn't just an afterthought either. The tailgate is stamped with bold Ranger lettering, and clever details like built-in tie-down points, a ruler etched into the tailgate, and LED bed lighting show that Ford really paid attention to utility as much as design. In short, this isn't just another mid-size truck. It looks like it belongs in the same league as the big boys. Step inside, and you'll forget you're in a mid-size truck. Seriously. The Ranger's cabin feels closer to what you'd expect in a modern SUV. Ford has clearly learned that today's truck buyers don't just want capability, they want comfort, convenience, and style. The dashboard is clean and uncluttered, dominated by a vertically oriented infotainment screen 10 inches standard, or a massive 12-inch unit on higher trims. Pair that with a fully digital instrument cluster, and the Ranger suddenly feels futuristic compared to some of its old-school rivals. Materials vary by trim, of course. The base XL is durable and straightforward, perfect if your Ranger's going to spend its life on work sites. But move up to the Lariat, and you're getting soft-touch surfaces, leather upholstery, and a far more premium vibe. And if you want the ultimate mix of ruggedness and luxury, the Raptor's interior gives you supportive sports seats with contrast stitching and special badging that reminds you this isn't just a work truck, it's an adventure machine. Practicality is top-notch too. The crew cab layout means there's legitimate space for 5 passengers. Rear legroom is generous, and the flat floor design makes long trips more comfortable for backseat riders. Storage is everywhere: door bins, under-seat compartments, and even a hidden cubby behind the rear seat. In other words, this truck isn't just about moving cargo, it's built to carry people and their gear comfortably. Now let's pop the hood, because this is where things get really interesting. Ford gives you choices, and that's something buyers love. The standard engine is a 2.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Don't let 4-cylinder fool you. This thing puts out 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. That's more than enough to move the Ranger with authority. And in fact, in testing, the 4-cylinder version can sprint from 0 to 60 in under 7 seconds. That's quick for a mid-size pickup. If you want more grunt, Ford offers the 2.7-liter twin-turbo V6. Now we're talking 315 horsepower and a massive 400 pound-feet of torque. That's muscle you can feel every time you step on the gas, whether you're merging onto the highway or pulling a heavy trailer. And then, of course, there's the star of the show, the Ranger Raptor. Under its hood sits a 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6, pumping out over 400 horsepower. Combine that with a reinforced frame, long travel suspension, locking differentials, and Fox shocks, and you've got a truck that can tackle Baja-style desert runs straight from the showroom floor. It's not just a mid-size pickup, it's a performance machine. Fuel economy. The 4-cylinder delivers respectable numbers around 20 mpg city and 26 highway, while the V6 hovers closer to 19 city and 23 highway. Not groundbreaking, but competitive. And let's not forget the rumors of a hybrid Ranger coming soon. If Ford brings that to the US, it could change the game completely, giving buyers a mix of torque, efficiency, and towing capability that rivals can't match yet. In 2026, no vehicle can get away with being just capable. It has to be smart, too. And the Ranger checks that box with ease. The SYNC for infotainment system is intuitive and fast, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard. Higher trims add built-in navigation, voice recognition, and even over-the-air updates, meaning your truck keeps improving long after you've bought it. The digital instrument cluster deserves a shout out too. On the base trims you'll get an 8-inch screen, but the 12.4-inch option transforms the driver's view with customizable layouts, crisp graphics, and vital off-road data for those who venture off pavement. Other available tech includes a 360-degree camera system, which is a lifesaver when parking or maneuvering a trailer. And speaking of trailers, Ford's Pro Trailer Backup Assist system makes towing easier than ever. You just turn a knob, and the truck handles the steering. For weekend warriors or first-time towers, that's a huge confidence booster. Add in options like wireless charging, a premium Bang & Olufsen audio system, and even a digital rearview mirror. And suddenly the Ranger feels less like a traditional truck and more like a luxury vehicle that just happens to have a bed in the back. Of course, capability and tech don't matter much if the truck doesn't keep you safe. Luckily, Ford made safety a priority on the 2026 Ranger. Every trim comes standard with Ford Copilot 360, which includes automatic emergency braking, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, and automatic high beams. That's a strong baseline. Move up the ladder, and you unlock adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring with trailer coverage, rear cross traffic alert, lane keeping assist, and even intersection collision avoidance. That last feature helps prevent accidents when turning across traffic, something that's especially useful in busy city driving. Crash test results are still coming in for the refreshed model, but given Ford's track record with the F-150 and Bronco, confidence is high that the Ranger will perform well. Combine that with its driver assist tech, and this is one of the safest mid-size pickups you can buy. Now, let's talk money, because at the end of the day, budget is what makes or breaks a purchase decision. The 2026 Ford Ranger starts at around $34,000 for the base 40 trim. That's competitive, undercutting some rivals while still offering plenty of standard features. Step up to the XLT or Lariat, and you're looking at mid-$40,000, depending on options. The Raptor, of course, sits at the top, crossing the $55,000 mark, but considering its off-road hardware and performance, it's still a bargain compared to full-size Raptors or specialty trucks. Ford has also kept its pricing structure flexible, meaning there's a Ranger for nearly every budget. Whether you want a bare-bones work truck, a tech-filled family hauler, or an off-road beast, the lineup has you covered. Rivals, of course. We can't talk about the Ranger without addressing its biggest rivals. This is a crowded segment, and competition is fierce. The Toyota Tacoma is the name everyone knows. It's reliable, capable, and has a cult following. But here's the thing, while Toyota has improved tech and comfort, the Ranger beats it in sheer engine power and towing capability. The Chevy Colorado is another strong rival. It has a sharp new design and solid features, but Ford's interior layout and tech options give it an edge. Then there's the Honda Ridge. Now, the Ridgeline isn't a body-on-frame truck like the Ranger, it's more of a unibody crossover with a bed. That gives it great ride quality, but it can't match the Ranger's off-road chops or towing strength. Put simply, the Ranger sits in a sweet spot. It offers more performance than the Tacoma, more refinement than the Colorado, and more toughness than the Ridge. That's a hard balance to beat.